And we're back. It's yet another box of dogs. 2 in one night. Wow. Who said technical issues don't pay off? Are we even streaming, though? That's the question. Are we even streaming? Yes, we're streaming. I believe. Right. KillDozer memes. Let's go. We saw this one before. I was always willing to be reasonable until I had to be unreasonable. And later on, we're going to cover the Elon Trump thing, because it's hilarious. And Portnoy. That son of a weirdo. This is great. I love this one. This Elmo one reminds me of a meme I saw the other day that said it was just Elmo talking to two colored puppets, and he says, I was told diversity is our strength, but Elmo's cat and bike are missing. It's very good. Right. Worlds Unknown presents the thing called KillDozer. The government does what it wants. Ah, yes, sharing a moment in Breaking Bad. Sharing a moment watching the KillDozer. Komatsu. That'd be a pretty good t-shirt. By the way, don't forget to like and subscribe and buy my t-shirts. Bring down the system. Fight the power. That's not really a KillDozer theme, meme, but anyway. How cool is this? GrillDozer. Someone turned the KillDozer into a fire pit. That's very cool. I don't know what that's got to do with it, but... Oh yeah, here we go.
Geek, slut. Oh, well, he's very popular, Ed. The sportos and motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous dude.
They think he's a righteous dude.
In my life, come clean, babe. There's one image in my life.
Eastbound Down will like this.
Makes me happy no matter when I think about it. And that image, that one image is... I gotta come clean, babe. There's one image in my...
Go KillDozer. I don't know why, but I always like... I love KillDozer. I love Sky Pilot, Sky Captain, whatever he's fucking called, that legend. Luigi. Hitler. Go paint a swastika on something. There you go. Hitler. Fuck, that was a good song. Yay, fucking came out with one of the greatest bangers of all time. Tate talked about it recently, and as much as he's a scumbag, he does say some very fucking intelligent things. But he talked about the power that was in that phrase, Heil Hitler, and also the genius of adding some more words in there. The power in there is just fucking the build up of power. People screamed that as they died. And Ye turned it into a banger. What a legend. That dude's my fucking... He's my spirit animal. Happy Marvin Heemeyer Day. White boy summer officially starts now. Yeah. Don't make me unreasonable. You wouldn't like me when I'm unreasonable. Unreasonable government demands. Reasonable men. This is the same. They've turned this meme into like, this is Doge cuts. A big beautiful bill. Government doing what government does. That's one of the most fucked up bills I've ever seen. You know, he's building $45 million worth of prisons. I'm pretty sure you could fly. He says that they're for the prisons are for illegal aliens, but I'm pretty sure you could fly them all home first class for that kind of money. Just a thought. Visualizing in the mirror the man I want to be. I don't know what that's not Marvin, is it? Is that Marvin? No, maybe it is. Saint Heemeyer of Granby. I've been fucked by local government. I feel the transformation starting. I'm going to build a KillDozer. If I ever went out to the shed and my kid was building a KillDozer, I'd be so proud. Freedom includes being free to be who you are. My FBI agent watching me buying up concrete and steel plating and a Komatsu. I gotta say, that really put Komatsu on the map. Like, a lot of people know what... I'd never heard of a Komatsu until I heard of Marv. Sometimes unreasonable men must do unreasonable things. Anyway, you get the point. What a legend. Marvin Heemeyer, everybody. So this is... so to the Donald Trump and Elon Musk thing, this is Donald getting a... Donald Trump calls Elon.
Seriously, dude, like, what the F?
Is this about Epstein?
No, like, I told you that in confidence.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't.
I told you that. I thought we were besties. I really did.
Well, so did I, Donald.
Well, look.
But I
no,
wanted
that's uncalled.
I wanted to cut spending, so...
I was going to take you to the island. I was going to take you. Remember that? I was going to take you there.
You were?
We were going to have a good time, and you ruined it. You botched it. You botched it so badly. So badly you botched it.
I just really wanted to make government efficient.
No,
so.
this is unforgivable that you would say that.
Well, you left me no choice, Donald.
This is like hose before bros level betrayal. That's
well, I have a lot of those. So.
And I was going to give you a hose. I was going to take you there. I still know where it is.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
It's so wrong. It's so wrong.
Well, you left me no choice.
I let your little kid wipe boogers on my desk. You know that. In front of the press, I let him wipe little boogies, beautiful boogies, but I let him do it. I let him do it because I believed in our country, and I wanted you to be a part of that.
I know, but you screwed it up.
You botched it so badly. It's unbelievable.
I didn't botch it.
You know what? You don't have the cards right now. You don't have the cards. I'm going to go burn my Tesla. How do you like that? You like that?
Oh, you go for it. Yeah.
You like that?
Yeah.
I was never even there, and you know that. I was never there.
What?
Elon, if you're listening, just going to throw this idea out there, bro. The Tesla KillDozer. You love fucking flamethrowers? How about a flamethrower on top that shoots fucking... What's it called? Napalm. A napalm throwing device. So this is Elon apparently on ketamine in the White House.
Well, it's a very...
But notice he's got the black eye. Everyone says, even he's kind of... But that to me actually looks a lot like a guy who's like trying to shut his inner monologue up. Like he's got the black eye, he's been punished, or he's joined their club, because that's the other option. This is all just political theatre. And Elon is now in the club. But that video to me of him apparently on ketamine looks like him just... Yeah, Tesla wood chipper. That'd be alright. It runs on solar. Yeah, look, that video to me, it looks like he's standing there going, like, it looks like an autistic person trying to stop himself from speaking. He's just been, whatever they did. That black eye, honestly, it doesn't look too much like he'd been punched. But anyway, Elon came out with this. Time to drop the really big bomb. Real Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. That's why that's the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Mark this post for future. The truth will come out. Are you sure, Elon? Donald. I guess he tweeted this. The easiest way to save money in our budget, billions and billions of dollars, big beautiful dollars, is to terminate Elon's governmental subsidies and contracts. I was always surprised that Biden didn't do it. Crooked Joe Biden. In the light of the president's statement about cancellation of my government contracts, SpaceX will begin decommissioning its Dragon spacecraft immediately. Now that strikes me as a kind of I'm taking my bat and ball and going, well, we'll start decommissioning our Dragon rockets. All right, well that's about. I don't really have much more on the. I don't really have anything. You've seen Trump's golf swing. He wasn't punched. Well, not by Trump. Trump doesn't do that himself. But that story that it was little X who punched him, I'm not buying that. I mean, I think it's the worm. I think he had the worm put in his thing. Anyway, if you've ever seen people raised on trauma or raised by trauma, you'll know that they overreact to everything. And that's these people. Dave Portnoy is one of these people. This is this is hilariously funny.
So he's calling this old school terraza. One bite, everybody knows the rules. We didn't get here the first time. Place is very cool on the inside. We got Frankie Lazzani's whole story, which almost seemed borderline not believable. Like, see, there we go. There we go. What are you guys fucking laughing about? Terrible.
They're laughing because it's funny. Laughter is an involuntary action. The fact that he turns around and, what are you fucking guys talking? What are you laughing about? This guy is losing his fucking mind, and it's hilarious. I want to throw out... I'll throw in $1,000. If anyone else wants to throw in some money, I want to create a prize pool. And the prize will go to whoever can make Dave Portnoy's head turn the reddest in anger. It can't be AI bullshit. You have to really make him so fucking angry and lose his mind so much that his head turns like bright red. 1,000 Australian, by the way, not American. But yeah, let's just... The thing is now, everyone's going to do... Anyone that sees Dave Portnoy is just going to yell, fuck the Jews.
Not believable. Like, see, there we go. There we go. What are you guys fucking laughing about? Terrible. Exactly.
Exactly.
So, here we go. One bite, everybody knows the rules. We won't let that get into what is that Toronto hospitality there?
No.
So he's calling this old school terraza.
So that was Dave getting hassled on the street, which was great to see. Here we have Dave on his own podcast losing his shit with one of his employees who does the show with him, but he's still acting like why would you do a fucking show with your boss?
Kirk, if you just want me to kick him out, not mention it, not care that this kid
Not at all.
anti-Semitic,
Not at all.
shut
Not at all.
up. If you just want me to ignore it,
Don't tell me to shut up.
Yeah, don't tell him.
shut the fuck up, you bald fuck.
Fuck you,
go
Dave Portnoy.
How's that?
Oh, it's kill. I'll never recover from that, Dave. Go ahead, continue. I'll never recover.
Well, you're the one who big boss man, don't tell. I'll tell you, you work for me.
Okay, go ahead,
You
continue.
little bitch, you work for me.
Sure, you bet. For now,
Oh, you
continue.
don't? For now, quit. I don't
Well,
care. I'll
is
see 500 grand.
this a show or not a show? Like, is it a show or not a show? Like, we can't have a conversation?
You're an idiot.
Okay, continue.
You're literally saying people should be allowed to make Jew jokes, say whatever they want right fucking now. That's
Yes,
what
I
you're
think
saying.
people should be allowed to make jokes.
So how many motherfucking Jews have to be
jokes.
killed before you stop? Hey, Kirk, if you just want me to kick him out.
But that, Dave, that's the very reason that people make the jokes, because you censor everybody. Yeah, of course they always pretend to be Italian. Dave Portnoy's whole thing is like, hey, I'm just an Italian guy from fucking Brooklyn and fucking Southie and fucking I'm just a guy. I like sports. I like sports and I like gambling. Oh yeah. And I like making money. Just don't look into my early life. Oh. What's that fucking comedian's name? He's the same. He's from the same tribe, but he pretends to be Italian. Because Italians and Jews, they think the same. They're the same kind of fucking... That's why they have that... Pizza needed to go back in the oven along with him.
At what point?
Oh, man. Things are really heating up. But this is what happens when people are raised on trauma. They overreact to everything. And their reaction creates a backlash, which creates another backlash, which creates... It's just this fucking snake eating its own face. It's ridiculous. Anyway, here's some more Dave.
At what point, when people are literally saying, let's go kill the Jews, Jews start to believe what they're saying in America? In America, American citizens. So I have a problem with that. Don't confuse the two things with some fucking troll. Be like, hey, Prez, you have a big nose or this or that. Yeah, if you're saying that right now, I think you're an anti-Semitic piece of shit. And
Yeah, the problem is, Dave, that most of those people that are doing the killing work for Mossad. Most of the people that have done the attacks were Jewish. They were all hoaxes. They were all pranks. But you still got your laws passed.
in light of everything that's going around in this
So why don't you shut the fuck up?
country, and go look at my comments on Twitter. Go look at Stool President and read under my name. You'll see how much fucking hate, how much vitriol is out there, and people trying to couch it, be like, oh, he's just mad for... And by the way, I don't care about those fucking people. I'm better than you. I've always been better than you. That's why I'm me, and you're trolling and leaving comments under my thing. So I don't give a fuck about those people. I care very much about these protests where apparently you can get away now with saying let's kill Jews, and then people are going out and killing Jews. I'm not sure that's not related. I'm not sure when there's all this fucking anti-Semitic rhetoric ramping up, and people are just kind of looking the other way and feel comfortable to do it, that it doesn't end in tragedy with U.S. citizens getting killed. So, yeah, maybe when I hear from college administrators its context when you say global jihad, I'm taking a little more seriously now.
American citizens or Israeli citizens? Who are you really concerned about, brah? Anyway. So that's the Dave Portnoy situation. I'm serious. If you can turn his face super red, but I need it to like go really red. I want to be able to read a book off his head. Scott Adams released an interesting video. I thought this really makes an amazing point, a really good point about documentaries. And you should take documentaries with a grain of salt. We're going to miss you, Scotty.
Here's what you need to know about documentaries. Number one, documentary is the lowest level of credibility of all media. Did you know that? If you had to pick one thing to not believe, it should be a documentary. Documentaries are not designed to give you both sides. They're designed to mislead you into thinking that the thesis is the only thing that matters. Do you think they show the other side? The documentary is the lowest of all forms of credibility. There's nothing lower than that. It's the number one least reliable information that is produced by humanity. Now you might say to yourself, Scott, fake news is worse than that. No, it isn't.
I often say to myself, Scott.
It's not even close. Fake news has a competing news business. So if you want, you can look at the fake news and you can see the other argument. You can make your own decision. And the other argument isn't hidden that much. Even within our bubbles, you know you can just turn on Fox News or CNN and see the other side, right? But if you watch a documentary, are you going to go do your own research? Probably not. Now, I'm not saying that all documentaries are incorrect. I'm not saying that. Surely some documentaries are totally correct. I'm saying that you can't tell the difference. So if you can't tell the difference, it's the lowest level of credibility at the highest level of persuasion, because they've got you for like an hour. If I can persuade you on anything and make you pay attention for an hour, I will convince you. Getting you to pay attention for an hour is the hard part. If I can get that, then the convincing is the easy part.
It's a good point. It's a very good point. That made me stop and think, because I used to make documentaries. I've made a couple, but I never really made a documentary that had, like, I was just documenting an event, usually. I wasn't going, here's the thing that happened. But I'm always skeptical about a lot of those documentaries where you see, like, here's how the law messed with people and changed the outcome. And I'm like, well, you're not giving us all the facts. Not that it's wrong necessarily. It could be spot on. It could be absolutely right. But everything is always presented. Like, there's a documentary about the KillDozer called Tread. And it's on Netflix. And guess which side that falls on? Oh, Marvin Heemeyer was a bad guy who did all sorts of, and he was completely unreasonable and blah, blah, blah. But that's why you should go and check out the YouTube videos about KillDozer, because they're just much better. Probably a little one-sided on the side of Marv. So I don't know, maybe watch them all. But but Tread is a great example of how documentaries leave a lot of information out. Even when I was researching that, it came up saying Marvin raised the price of his land from $422,000 to $1 million. That's not what fucking happened at all. He offered to sell it, and the price kept going up because the value of the land kept going up. And he was like, this is just business. I'm not going to lose money. I'm not, it started off, he had one guy was going to pay him $66,000. Another guy came to him and said, well, I want to buy it for my business. I'll give you $50,000 or $40,000. And he was like, so you want me to lose $26,000? I was like, no. Yeah, I've seen that documentary. I've watched it like twice. And definitely everyone should. It's on Rumble. It's definitely on, what is it? What's the other one? You'll name it in a second. I can't remember the name of it. I think it might be on Rumble. I don't know. But it is definitely on the other one. Anyway. So here's a little, I don't know if I want to play that one or not. Which one do I'll go to the... Alright, let's have a look at this. Why the King James Bible is sketchy. This is interesting. I saw one the other day that went through all the different versions of the Bible and like how they're all different. And they all say different things. Some don't even have the resurrection story in it. But this is why the King James Bible is sketchy. This is why I'm always looking for old Bibles. And I feel like I need to learn Greek and fucking Aramaic and shit.
So you're saying the man who translated the Bible beat his own mother?
Oh yeah. King James I, the man behind the King James Bible, had his mother Mary, Queen of Scots, locked up and then executed, allegedly. He worked with his aunt, Queen Elizabeth I, to make it happen. Why? So he could secure his place as King of England. That's not exactly the kind of story you'd expect from someone tied to the Bible, is it? But it doesn't stop there. James had a thing for demonology. He wasn't just curious about it, he wrote an entire book, Demonology, all about witches, demons, and their nasty tricks.
Ooh, I gotta get that.
This is the same guy who decided, hey, I should translate the Bible for everyone. And then there's his personal life. Rumors say he had questionable relationships with men, including his cousin, and he wasn't exactly known for being morally upright. Yet this is the man people trust for one of the most influential versions of the Bible. Do you see the problem here? Now let's talk about the translation itself. King James didn't write the Bible, but he commissioned it to solve political and religious problems in his kingdom. It wasn't just about faith, it was about control. He needed a version of the Bible that supported his rule and brought peace to a divided nation. That's the agenda nobody talks about.
Yeah, you'd have to go back to the original scrolls to find out what any of that stuff says. Because everything over time just gets slightly changed. I'm not going to play that. Alright, so by now, most notices know how the Balfour Declaration and Z10 Congress worked to bring America into World War I. That's the thing. Who has the power to create a world war? Only one group of people. You're just not allowed to talk about it. But every one of those wars, that's why it's a little worrying. I've wondered about the whole... Do you think the Ukraine situation happening at the same time as the Palestine situation, do you think that's an accident? Do you think that happened organically? I kind of don't. Because, you know, Russia got involved with Afghanistan for a long time. So I wonder if they would step in. Were they not busy elsewhere? It's an interesting thought. But every time these wars break out and then this particular group of people says, well, let's get everyone involved. And then everyone gets involved. And they go, well, you just have to give us this bit of land. And hey, you got to admire the chutzpah. This is interesting. This is not really relevant in Australia at the moment. Because it's midwinter. But check this out.
In today's video, take Folgers coffee, take some aluminum foil, and make a little bowl. Light the coffee grounds.
Light it
until it starts to smoke. Just like that. Once the coffee grounds are smoking, it will stay lit for up to 8 hours. This is going to get rid of all the mosquitoes around.
So there you go. You can do it with coffee grounds. Have I seen what Russia has done to the Rhodesians in the past? I imagine it wasn't good. All these things, yeah.
It's about government.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what it's going to come to, though. I wonder if eventually it's going to just kick on and spread. I don't know. I kind of don't think it will. I think World War's off the books. I don't know. I go back and forth on it, you know.
You know, it's man, that all my friends in bands and stuff, they used to play shows and bitch about government and how government fucked everybody over and how much they hated it and stuff. And then they grow older and now they join a party and they act like their opinion matters. Like, oh, well, maybe government's okay since I'm a Democrat or since I'm a Republican. But it's not. It's the same government you bitched about when you were fucking 20 years old playing in a fucking death metal band or a thrash band or whatever the fuck you played in. You just got old and soft. You just got senile and brainwashed. And now you're just a fucking stupid son of a... Fuck you! No, it's fuck...
That's a great video. Fuck you. That's what happened with all these bands. We used to have bands that we used to have art that made people, you know, we don't have that anymore. But the thing is, it was kind of pointless anyway, because like this, I saw this the other day. People are just tribal. Like, that's all it is. They all look the same, right?
Why do y'all assume everybody on the left looks like this? I look like this because I want to. I have looked like this since I was in middle school.
I'm killing the music because I'll get a fucking copyright strike. But they do all look the same. But that's nothing new. People are tribal. People look the same as their in-groups constantly. And they always say the same thing. I look like this because I want to look like this. I saw this in... Oh, Jesus. What the fuck was that? No, you're looking good. You look great. Killing it. Ah! Jesus. I don't know what that was, but... Yeesh. Shave. Why would you get tits and not shave? That makes no sense to me. But I guess it makes sense to them. God bless them. Do your thing. Do have your fun. But I saw this in the 90s. I turned up to a gig at the Richmond Club. I remember walking in. Hey, Sandy. I remember walking into the Richmond Club, and it was like billed as this event. It was like, it's an alternative night. Tribal away from their families. Yeah, absolutely. But it was this like, yeah, we're doing an alternative night. It's going to be alternative, and we're fucking, you know. And I just rocked up, dressed how I dress. And I was like, oh, this is going to be cool. There's going to be like people different. Everything's going to... I walked in. Everyone looked exactly the fucking same. I had the only white t-shirt in the place. I was in like white t-shirt and jeans. And this was like alternative. And they're all looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing here? This is alternative. Alternative to what? Alternative to conformity, man. But you're all conforming. Yeah, but we're all conforming to what we want to conform to. Oh, you're retarded. Yeah. I don't know. I find people an endless source of entertainment, to be honest. All right. Well,
has Alex Jones gone?
This annoys me, right? Now, I've criticized Alex Jones before because it's sad to see, right? But
has Alex Jones gone crazy, or is he just bought and paid for? Or maybe it's both.
Palantir, 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 Palantir.
This will happen when you fucking been sued for $1 billion. Like that's just insane. Expecting Alec, like the fact that he's still broadcasting is impressive, in my opinion. I think you just got to give the man a certain amount of credit for his past work. I mean, the whole fucking... Here we go. The whole Alex Jones is right thing is kind of funny as well, because when you just say and spray, you're going to get a bunch of stuff right. But, yeah, so I think... I don't know. I give Alex Jones a lot of leeway and take everything he says with a pinch of salt. I honestly haven't been able to watch InfoWars for a long time. Like 5 minutes of contents and then 8 minutes of ads for fucking supplements. It's the globalists. The globalists. Name the J is a fun game to play with him. You'd be there all day. Name them, Alex. I'm not going to name them. They'll sue me. They already took me for $1 billion. I'm owned by the Onion now. Anyway. I'm going to kind of begin to wrap things up. But first, a message from Gary Busey.
On that line of what you were saying.
Well, what I was saying earlier was to understand the freedom you have of being who you are, and your family, your loved ones, and your professional workplace, and the faith you have. And the word faith, F-A-I-T-H, that stands for fantastic adventures in trusting Him. Him is God as you perceive it. But God is not evil. God is not destructive. God is not a tyrant. God is not a barbarian. God is all-knowing. God all is. God is all. And it's the most powerful thing we have working for us. And to get out of the way of people guiding you into a place called a box canyon or a corral without a gate or a fence, you're trapped. You're in a self-imposed prison of yourself and what you live in. And if you're not feeling right about something, or you have questions about something, write your congressman, write your senator, write President Bush, and be a voice.
Remember when we had a President Bush? Amen, Gary Busey. Gary Busey should start a religion. I'd follow that religion. The religion of Gary Busey. That'd be cool. I have decided, though, that this entire system is fucked and retarded. I'm completely sick of democracy. I think democracy is a waste of time. When you live in a country... If you live anywhere that's more than 50% retards, then democracy is going to suck. So for a while I thought, maybe a You know, maybe a dictatorship. Maybe we need someone, and you switch them out every couple of years. But then I thought of something even better. And this is what I'm proposing. And vote for me or get fucked. This will be in 4 years. Well, in 3 years I'll launch this. In 4 years I'm going to run. BoxOfDogs. Vote for me or get fucked. And here's what I'm proposing. It's going to be essentially a religious theocracy based on a religion which I will invent in the coming weeks, which will be based mainly on me getting money and bitches. Vote for me or get fucked. Here's a cockatoo or two doing a dance-off. Check out the motherfucker on the left. Oh! This is how it's done. I think we can all relate to that guy.
Bella wins for originality.
All right. Psycho birds. Plenty of psycho birds around. Well, that's about it, I think. The Adventures of Tintin in Melbourne. That's very good. God damn, I hate it when you comment some bit. Fuck. I commented on something earlier and it's turned into a discussion, and people always take the discussion on what they heard. I heard this, so I'm going to comment about this. No, well, I heard this, so I'm going to comment. It just fucking, and yeah, endless, just endless comments from people just going, what about this? I have something else pulled up.
What if I told you that heaven is sending out it?
Anyway, well, it's been grand seeing yous once again. It is the globalists. I suggest we fight back at some point. But, you know, whatever. Not today. Not tomorrow. I'm busy tomorrow. See you tomorrow, Sandy. About 11. That'll work. And this has been another Box of Dogs. Like, subscribe, and buy my t-shirts. Join my Patreon. I don't have the locals set up, and I kind of hate Rumble and locals anyway, but